How do cultural feeding practices affect child development? Have you ever wondered how the way we feed our children shapes their growth and development? Cultural feeding practices play a significant role in this process. They influence not just what children eat but also how they interact with food and their caregivers. At the core, cultural beliefs guide what foods are introduced to children and when. For instance, some cultures might start offering solid foods at an earlier age or include traditional dishes that reflected their heritage. These choices directly impact a child's nutrition, which is vital for brain development. Proper nutrition supports the formation of neural connections that are essential for cognitive functions. But feeding is more than just nutrition. It is also about the interactions that happen during mealtime. Practicing responsive feeding is key here. This means caregivers pay attention to a child's hunger and fullness cues. Different cultures have unique ways of practicing responsive feeding based on their values about independence and respect. For example, some caregivers may encourage children to finish everything on their plate, which can sometimes ignore the child's own signals about hunger. Controlling feeding behaviors, like pressuring a child to eat or using food as a reward, can also be common in various cultures. These practices can disrupt a child's ability to listen to their own hunger signals. This may lead to unhealthy eating habits or weight issues later on. Often, these behaviors stem from cultural values, such as viewing a chubby child as healthy or concerns about food scarcity. The emotional environment during feeding times is also shaped by cultural context. Mealtime is often a time for connection, where language, gestures, and emotions are exchanged. When caregivers are sensitive and responsive, they create a secure environment that supports a child's overall development. Understanding these cultural feeding practices is important for caregivers and professionals. It allows them to support families in ways that respect their values while also promoting responsive feeding strategies. Encouraging caregivers to observe and respond to their child's cues within their cultural framework can help enhance the child's ability to self-regulate eating and support healthy brain growth. In summary, cultural feeding practices significantly influence child development through their impact on nutrition, eating behaviors, and the quality of caregiver-child interactions. Practicing responsive feeding within cultural contexts supports brain growth and early development by encouraging healthy eating habits and emotional security.